Something about a river's edge that always draws my eye. Even when it's still the daylight seems to run. But you brandish in the storm. You see no comfort in a winter you wish could be postponed. But I can't run anymore. It's holding me in the flesh. It's holding me to the dampened earth and an air that carves its way into my breath. Oh, how we yearn the winter stays brief. When seasons turn, how long till we stop feeling relief? Little waiter by the water's edge, where have your brothers gone? There are other lands where heat and sweat are sown. But you searching for the shade. You see no comfort in a summer you wish could be delayed. But I can't run anymore. There's something caught in the flesh that's holding me to the dampened earth and an air that carves its way into my breath. Oh, how we yearn the winter stays brief. When seasons turn, how long till we stop feeling relief? When I'm walking, when the sky grew bright, and the dew formed of India, burning brighter than the morning light, and I thought I'll winter here. On a winter's night, the air is clear and the moon's above your home. And though the daylight's shorter now, starlight's time has grown.
What a hot finish.
A little bit of harmonics.
I felt like Caravan song by Zeppelin or something.
Oh yeah, I
Striking.
love that. Yeah.
And now we have the pleasure of bringing you tuning
All the time. If you
one
love
of the
tuning,
joys
you've come to the right place.
of live radio. But if you like that song, stay tuned to 3D Radio because we have a whole extra hour of tuning. What was that first song called?
So that one was called I'll Winter Here, inspired a little bit by climate change science study that I've done, but also just like Adelaide, nice place to winter in. But jumping into Nullarbor now. 3 hours before daylight gives upon me. 3 hours of this endless choked sea before the stars above threaten to crucify me. The desert crawls beneath my seat, green sprawling life held in gold deep. Although this land subdued, it seems to have no need for sleep. 3 hours before daylight gives up on me. 3 hours of this endless destruction. See, before the stars above threaten to crucify me. Before the stars above threaten to crucify me. Although they'll roll me in, divert and stray, I can't escape this clay. Take my bones to the calciums and cast the rest away. If no tree can stand, watch on as a man. The wheels move fast, but it can't keep pace. Horizon taunts me, floods with space. Though I'm the tallest here, I seem humbled out of place. 3 hours before daylight gives up on me. 3 hours of this endless destruction. Before the stars above threaten to crucify me. Before the stars above threaten to crucify me. Although the road may end, divert and stray, I can't escape this clay. Take my bones to the calciums and cast the rest away. If no tree can stand, watch on as a man. Watch on as a man. Watch on as a man. But to eternalize the flame, guess I'll be back here again. Although the road may end, divert and stray, I can't escape this clay. Take my bones to the calciums and cast the rest away. If no tree can stand, watch on as a man. Watch on as a man. Ooh. Three hours before daylight is upon me. 3 hours of this endless destruction to see. Before the stars above threaten to crucify me.
Striking. How do you end a song like that? Wow.
Yeah.
At what age did you sell your soul to the devil to be able to sing?
Well, I've been like growling for most of my younger life, and then eventually
Before
that
you started
became
playing,
singing.
or-
Just slowly, like strange child noises became singing at some point, and then I realized I'm a singer, but I have no one to play with, so I had to slowly teach myself other instruments, which is what I really need to sell my soul to the devil for. I feel one day.
So is that where the blues element comes in, being able to do your bass and your...
Yeah.
You don't need the rest of the band when you can
Yeah, who needs them?
There's a great Paul Kelly quote that goes something along those lines of before you can sing, you must scream.
Yeah, I did plenty of that. Still do.
So what was the song about?
So the previous one you just heard, so it was inspired by the Nullarbor, so just in driving across it, just being just being struck by that just beautiful vast emptiness, but there's still so much life going on, and I just wanted to capture that like raw desert energy through there. Also gives me a good excuse to scream a little bit on there.
Bring the licks through. Same with the first one.
Yeah.
Because it ramps up in all the choruses.
Well,
it's hard to stay
Yeah,
low,
and like, because I've just recorded that one as well for my debut album that I'll be releasing. And just we got Emma Luca on there playing violin, and she's just absolutely stunning. Like, you just get this crazy, like, dancing with the devil, like Devil Went Down to Georgia violins going on there. It's so beautiful, just like, chef's kiss, like, everything that she plays.
You are selling this album beyond belief already. And as you and the audience the audience may have already picked up the natural elements that come through with another ball playing, you're being struck by the beauty of it.
Yes.
What's the history with you and nature? And
well, I've always loved nature. Maybe you can blame Davo Attenborough for that. But no, I've always really been, especially the ocean, just absolutely fascinated by the life that goes in there. There's so much mystery, and that's why I chose to study marine biology at uni. So done my university, even went over to Canada. There's a little beautiful research base in Bamfield, just off on Vancouver Island.
Shout out.
Absolutely amazing place to have studied, but just like being immersed in nature so much, it's hard not for me to feel inspired by it.
No.
But definitely takes the glory of most of my songs. I think it's just awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to capture that diversity in what is going on in those natural ecosystems, some of the threats that are to them, but it's also like inherently interlaced with my life as well, because I feel caught in this space of, do I want to continue studying marine biology now that I've finished, my degrees and everything, or do I want to, stay and do music, or stay close to friends and family, or like move away abroad. It's just like, it's all those like, young person crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never go away, do they? I don't think so. You just be one of the, but it's hard to do that and avoid being one of those traveling hippies with a guitar on your back.
Yeah.
You've got a motivation of marine biology behind you.
You can just be that annoying marine biologist that just sings.
Have you ever met any of those in your studies?
Oh, yeah.
What are the other marine biologists like?
It's just weird. I think we're all weird. It just somehow concentrates all of us. But no, people seem to just be passionate about nature, and I guess that just brings about all sorts of funky ways of thinking.
So it would be great if we could hear some of that weirdness in the next song.
You absolutely can.
Coral Castles?
Yeah, so this is the very first song that I ever wrote. I was trying to teach myself guitar at the time as well while doing this one. So it was just like a very, like in many ways, a massive learning experience for me. And I was just channeling this song into thinking from the perspective of a fisherman and his wife, and was writing this love letter to the ocean at the same time. You definitely feel a lot of my love for the ocean in this one. But need a little bit of tuning.
Ooh, of course.
Tune in.
So stay tuned to Live from Studio 3 to hear the tragic story of the lighthouse keeper staring out to the sea with his long lust for the ocean. There is a beautiful island off the York Peninsula, Trowbridge Island, which actually has a lighthouse that you can rent out.
Ooh.
And I had the pleasure of going there about 3 years ago, and it's quite an experience to be taken out to an empty island.
Yeah, that sounds spooky. Alrighty. mercy tonight. That hungry harvest needs another bite. And though that salty surge is taking you up from the mountainside, till dawn I'll see you're carried out with the tide to a place beyond the light of the maple flares, where top gallant sails pierce moons as they do with the open air. No, I'll never find the words to make you stay. Feels the party is always cast away. But if your mind could one day find its way back into port, and just one night relieve us of the thought of a place beyond the light of the mountain home. There's a field of stars beneath your feet, but do you ever feel alone? 'Cause they're down and down beneath the crowning foam, unfathomable and fallible to garnish garnet throne, standing guard in an oceanic womb. Say, Charlie, it ain't the same stone as your tomb. To climb aboard beneath the billowing sails, softer than the bake of the pale white whale, and with her bones so white she'll keep you safe tonight. Gonna keep you safe till the morning comes. Lift your arms, show them both to me. Little white shell which you stole from the sea, and among the leeward lashings of the waves forevermore, hark a voice comes rolling across the shore. Surely I can run clear across the waters of a melting sun, and with body churning the Leviathan dives, set in places at a banquet with harpoons and knives. And though the undulating crops of your countryside they yield never to the soul on their golden hides, will you lift your fingers to the cross palms of mine, and we'll dance with our veins burning and our blood full of brine. Come on and dance, little darling, dance in the nautical fire, and with our eyes gazing skyward like a narwhal's tusk, we'll sail east of the morning and west of the dusk.
Hot damn.
You're too kind. We're going on to the next one?
I'm not sure if you. I'm never sure if you need a tune at the moment.
No, this is one. I put them on my little thinking hat.
Roll into it. Then.
Alrighty. the job. By the roadside's got a roll with a gold spot out from the goodness mall. But there's something in these ghostly street lights flooding this town after dusk. The mama lives of those around you, you only see from afar, and only see from afar. You only see from where you are, porch light, lamplight, passing car. Drive on, drive on, drive on, drive on, drive on, be gone. Every flicker leaks another story, and long to know the farmer where they came. This affection seems a hollow claim. If we pass, I doubt it even ask your name. But there's something in these ghostly street lights flooding this town after dusk. The mom lives of those around you, you only see from afar, and only see from afar. You only see from where you are, porch light, lamplight, passing car. So from the rearview mirror, though your fortunes may bring you far, you only see from where you are.
So those listening in, this is live from Studio 3 on 3D Radio, and you're listening to Maddy Diamond. What was that song?
So that was Mountain Town After Dusk, another angsty song for this little angsty set. Just about, the feeling you get when you, especially at night, you see, people living their lives, turning on lights, driving around, and you're like, hey, that's a life that I'll never know.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, yeah, what a relief.
There's envy and lust.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's also this element of just that's a person that exists on this planet. I have no idea what their story is, and it's probably never going to influence me in any way, shape, or form. So it's just kind of just appreciating that, and then just driving away and living your own life.
It's not even two ships in the night. It's just two boats in different
just
harbours.
living.
So how are these songs written? Are they, as you're driving past in the car, you think, oh yeah?
See, lyrics have always been the hardest thing for me to write. It always, for me, starts just with a melody, or maybe I'll just be just a feeling, and then I'll work from there. And then when I know the essence of what I want to write, I'll try and get the lyrics to fall in place. But that's always been the trickiest part for me.
Yeah, I can see that. Because you start so intricately, you can kind of work backwards, I don't think.
No, I've tried, but like, I'm never happy with the lyrics I write. I'm like, I could do this better. And then so if I start with the lyrics, the song never gets written.
Yeah, so you force yourself to write.
Yeah. And like, for me, the music and like the feeling I want to get with the music, that just comes way more naturally to me. So that's just always a good way to follow what I want to.
So you said Coral Castle's your first one.
Yes.
How long have all these songs been written over? Is this a lifelong
So, like, I started writing music when I was 16. Well, at least that's when I started writing songs. Like, I learned piano for a while, like, growing up, like, from age 5. And because I never really liked doing my homework, that I would instead just
you could
sit
get out
there
of lessons.
And like make up something like this sounds better, right? And then like usually it didn't, but sometimes it'd be, hey, this is something I like the sound of, and sort of work with from there. And I guess that's how my passion for composition started. I started basically mainly writing songs with the piano, and used that as a way of writing for other instruments. And then I decided to put on my big boy pants and write them for me, and started learning guitar so I can perform and stuff.
Yeah. Nice. And so the next one, Head Down Low.
Yeah.
Written where in your
this is
story?
like, it's probably like this is relevant in like my everyday life. This is like just writer's block when you get really frustrated. This is basically what I was talking about before. Like those lyrics that just not coming and you're jamming words together and it's still just like, what is this mess? You've got like a massacre of just like written words that have been scratched out, and you have to go from there. But yeah, it's all about that writer's block that you feel pent up into you.
And then it comes here where you make them look effortless.
I'm so easily distracted these days. Push a boulder up a mountainside, weakening until it rolls back, rolls back, rolls back at the foot of the hill. Back and back and back to where we begun. Haven't you learned things that are dead to the night? I brought to light with the quiet word. No, my thoughts rolling slow. I keep my head down low. Keep my head down low. So come rest at ease now. My mind's already sunk like a stone. These words, they are weak at the knees, and I am already warm to the bone, to the bone, to the bone. So get back in, back in, back in, back. My mind's so easily helps you with these days. Put a flame in a candle jar, flickering until it blows out. It blows out, it blows out when its heating is filled. Out and out and out to where we were gone. But haven't you learned things that are dead to the night? I brought to light with the quiet word. No, my thoughts rolling slow. Keep my head down low. Keep my head down low. cities now. My mind's already sunk like a stone. These words they are, we get the needs and I am already won. With the stillness that's pressed against my eyes, I must keep my head down low, down low, down low. So get back, came back, came back, came back. Back in, back in 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 back. Go. Whoa.
Maddy Diamond here, live from Studio 3. How are you doing? We're about halfway through, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh,
Grand.
yes. Excellent.
I'm very interested to know, like, who your influences are now. Because I can't pick it. I feel like you get Nick Drake in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then randomly, like, In Excess appears. Or just, like, I don't know.
That's how I try and live my life. No, but there's weird influences, just like all sorts, like
It's
like
life.
even classical music comes in there sometimes. It's just like it like who knows. Never really were much more than a moon dog round her halo. Cast a light there in your room. But how much was real? There's nothing here, nothing here. Gave you something to lose. Gave you anything at all. Moon dog, though we hardly see you. If you drop the act for a while, would you come clear? Moon dog, release, release. Night after night. Never really gave it thought, not a shadow to your name though. Do you feel it behind you? Tugs at your shoulder. You've grown old and grown older, but when it grips you like the neck of a bottle, is there anything aboard? Moon dog, though we hardly see you. If you drop the act for a while, would you come clear? Moon dog, release, release. Night after night, night after night, night after night. Ooh.
Gorgeous. I need to say something to end these. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
And now,
Yes.
the thing that everyone tunes into, more tuning.
Oh, absolutely.
I figured.
That's what I'm here for.
So, all these songs, is this the order that they're going on the album?
Not at all. I mean, some of these aren't even on the album, but a lot of them are. Most of them. But it's so different hearing them just by little old me now, because I've had such an amazing collaboration with this album. So many like amazing, more talented artists than me jumping in on this. And it's just like, can we just make it about them? Like with Emma Luca with strings, just doing absolutely incredible stuff. And then like in the last two songs that I played, we've got Lazara Numa, just insane Cuban trumpeter, just like he just brings tear to your eye. Every time like I was just listening back to everything that he was playing, it was the hardest thing to just remove a line. It's just like, maybe it's like too much, but like, you know what? Let's just cut out my voice, It's just incredible.
Can you do that? Can you have a track on your own album that's not actually you? Just
yeah, maybe not, but I'd like that. I'd like it just to be a Lazara. But it's weird hearing it by myself now, and then it just feels very different. Like that last song has almost lent on this cafe noir, you get the trumpet going on. It's like this late night jazz feel that I never initially wrote that song with that vibe in mind, and it's just like transformed with a mind of its own.
That's so interesting to see like how a song evolves.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it's been very cool. Like lots of songs on this album is just like, wow, never thought of it that way, but it actually really works with these instruments coming through.
People who listen to the album, what are they going to think differently from what can they expect?
You can definitely expect a lot more strings going on. It's like all of it has been centered around the voice because that's like my main instrument. But there's, lots of strings going on. You got like beautiful bits of muted trumpet. Less like the drumming is more there as a textural element, providing color and stuff. But so it's a lot more instrumental. But like you get that beautiful fluid strings through most of the album.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's hear it without then.
Yeah. Ooh.
Back to black.
Misery may be manifold, and the wretched earth multifold. But don't even doubt it, you illuminate the dark where branded you left your mark. Before I knew you, before you let me in, seems you were moving round in someone else's skin. And I wonder why it is that your shadow never looks the same. Is it just my failing eyes, or is it actively object to your frame? Smallest weight may wash footfalls you've lain below down grain. Every detail of your smile disclosed to me. How can it seem to be all that? In her teeth they all her ideas. In her teeth they all her ideas. Oh, well, I get carried away sometimes. Preoccupied, all logic is upsized. But darling, don't you know Your smile leaves more in tow, and I wonder why it is that your shadow never looks the same. Is it just my failing eyes, or does it actively object to your frame? The smallest wave may wash, footfalls you blame, but Lord, how ingrained every detail of your smile disclosed to me. How can it seem to be in her teeth lay all her ideas, in her teeth lay all her ideas. Oh, day, oh, there's a day. Oh, there's a day, oh, there's a day. Oh, there's a day, oh, there's a day. Woohoo.
All Our Ideas by Maddy Diamond. What are your ideas?
Just manic. Manic messes most of the time. How many songs have we got
I
left?
think you've got about 2 more.
2 more?
Which we should be able to squeeze in.
Alrighty. Autopilot transit. Is this really how you had planned it? To simply get on by? Is Millie breathing all that fine? I need to make some changes. Again, that ticking in the wind, that tapping on the skin, that dawning reminder that everything is getting more familiar, repeated over the days, searched and blurred, and it creeps into your memories. Distorts the vision, expands gravity to the point it starts to be unclear. Saturday, a month, a week, a year, and I wonder if I'll ever free myself from cozy monotony. But that takes dedication more than brief observation, more than willing for cessation. Rinse, repeat until stagnation. I need to make some changes. So start, dislodge yourself from orbit now. Just start, reconnect and recommit to start. Dislodge yourself from orbit now. Just start. Oh, had a vision of a lavish palace, marble halls and the gilded chalice, of empty halls besieged by time, needs and comforts in decline, and it's not so bad when read on page. More a shelter than a cage, but the door's gone rusty with disuse. It's time to break the cycle loose, and I wonder if I'll redefine myself outside of the alley ground, before delaying till later, before marking myself traitor, before rising as dictator, been quelling the creator. I need to make some changes. So start, dislodge yourself from orbit now. Just start, reconnect and recommit to start. Dislodge yourself from orbit now. Just start. Autopilot transit. Is this really how you had planned it? To simply get on by? Is Millie breathing all that
by Maddy Diamond. And before you make your move, we do have time for one extra guitar song. Do you have one in your orbit?
Ooh, I could pull out one. Yeah.
Grand. But it's time
I
for
thought
another
I
tune-up.
over-prepared.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm so curious, where have you cut your teeth in the Adelaide music scene? I'm curious how I've missed you and how there hasn't been albums before this.
Mainly by me being lazy. Well, by me just being I've had so much other stuff on my horizon, especially with uni, that's just like, where's the time? Where's the money? I've also been in Canada and stuff, and it just like, it's nice being at home base here to be able to focus on it. And COVID has helped with that.
Regardless of it being a forced convalescence, it is quite nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm being told.
The sound engineers, of which Nigel and Dingo have been doing a fantastic job, thank you kindly, are reminding us to talk about the gig.
Absolutely.
And we should also mention what the album name is.
Yeah, so album name is East of the Morning, West of the Dusk. Going for that nice, like a wanky name, but no, I'm pulling it from a lyric from Carl Castles that I sang earlier. It's the last line of that song, but also really encapsulates what I've really been going for with the whole theme of the album, where it's like, in a way, it is this sort of coming of age, or like trying to find yourself, trying to decide what I want to do with my life, like pursuing going away with marine biology, or being caught by the land, you know, whether I'm doing music, stuff like that. So in that way, it's sort of encapsulating being caught in that strange, impossible place. Yeah.
So coming of age album, or finding in the
yourself.
middle somewhere?
Yeah.
So
I don't think I'll
relatable to-
ever grow up, so it can't be a coming of age album.
Need to get that tattooed.
Yeah.
Can we hear the bonus song?
You absolutely can. I should mention, though, if you did want to see more of this, especially with the band that is on my album, so that will be on February 12th at the Weedy at 7 o'clock. It is a free gig, so you're not going to be losing any money. Come along. You also get an amazing support act from Johnny Lee. So he... incredible musician. Just going to be a great night. You get beers at the Weedy. What more can you want?
Regular listeners to 3D, no, we're big friends.
Yeah, very good place. Definitely need a bit of tuning there. Alrighty.
So, get to the Weedy, all-star cast. What's the date again?
February 12th.
February 12th. Totally free.
Absolutely.
Interesting beers, keeping things fresh, always. I've been there 3 days in the last week, so I can talk.
I'm walking in the dark, ridges and railway lines, sure to get lost in the oncoming frost, even contorting through the pines. It's colder than it seems. I'm walking in the dark, bridges and railway lines, sure to get lost in the oncoming frost, even contorting through the pines. It's colder than it seems, colder than it seems. I'm howling in the dark, and the wild dogs follow me. Don't you the bolt of another bone shooter when the frost bites enough. Hear my words till they fade. A beacon of fire swallowed by the haze. Before the colors start to fade from the edges of these ties, and before my body breaks away and is pulled down by the undertone to the big dark belly below, by the undertone, by the undertone. I'm crawling in the dark. Something awakens from the deep. Gurgles of empathy crawl in their skins between the burgundy. Best you go now, run along, son. 'Cause gold-tinted footfalls never lasted that long. My God, man, what came over you? What did they see? And with the curling of the lip of a riptide, come and take you away. Before the colors start to fade from the edges of these ties, and before my body breaks away and is pulled down by the undertone to the big dark belly below, by the undertow, by the undertow.
Now we finally got people to clap.
Yeah.
Finally, a song about riptides that's not by Vance Joy. Beautiful stuff. We have time for one last song.
Alrighty.
But for people who are listening at home and didn't get to tune into the whole thing, I implore you to go and download the 3D Radio app where you can listen back to this entire show on demand at your convenience. Or don't do that and be a loser. And you can catch Maddy Diamond at the Weedy on the 12th of February with a great support act and a great house band who has been helping her record the most amazing album. And that's released on the same day?
Yes.
Available streaming, and can people find you online and various places?
They can find me online, but you can also just go, like if you wanted to buy an album, you can buy that online or just come in person and I'll give one to you.
Pleasure having you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been lovely being here. Rain falling harder now, pelts the flowers, feeds the boughs, still falling one by one, praised by others, loathed by some. Does what we stand for is just repeating what's before, trying to settle the score. Not blameless, hard to deny. Too many times where your points clear to clarify. Mistook the stars mirrored in puddles for the sky, and I'm caught adrift. Caught in the great wave, my mind begins to shift. So don't get ahead of yourself. Blind faith in these waterways can run the ship aground, and I've tried turning things around, but something always pulls me under. And even when you're prepared, you are blindsided. And even when you think you're stable, you free fall. And even in the mirror, something staring unfamiliar with no resolution. What's wrong? What's worth all of the wrong? Staring down avenues, not a single one that shadows don't accrue, but make that choice before you find it's made for you. Take that breath and walk through. Rain pouring down, breaks leaves, feeds boughs, and I ask it to stay. Decision made, consequences to be paid. So don't get ahead of yourself. Blind faith in these waterways can run the ship aground, and I've tried turning things around. But something always pulls me under. 'Cause even when you're prepared, you are blindsided. And even when you think you're stable, you free fall. And even in the mirror, something staring unfamiliar with no resolution, with no resolution, with no resolution.